An Idaho Falls woman has written a book about one of her own ancestors, an accused witch and a victim of the mass hysteria that swept Salem, Massachusetts in 1692. As Local News 8's Luke Jones reports, this book was decades in the making.
Although she lived more than 300 years ago, you could still see some of Bridget Bishop, the famously accused Salem witch, in local author Laura Jo de Mordaunt.
I am a strong-willed individual, and I stand up for the things I believe in, and I guess that's been passed down.
That's because de Mordaunt and Bishop share a bloodline. Fascinated by her family's dark history, de Mordaunt says she began researching Bishop 35 years ago.
I have been back to Salem and into the Library of Congress, studying old documents, reading books.
What she discovered became the inspiration for this book, which details Bishop's life and the times in which she lived.
I would call her probably the first American feminist.
She owned her own businesses and wore brightly colored clothing, all of which de Mordaunt says made Bishop an easy target for accusations of witchcraft.
She allowed her taverns to be open late in the evening, and for the sailors to come in to play shuffleboard and to bet and throw the dice and play cards and dance. I'm naming all the things that the Puritans hated.
De Mordaunt says Bishop was convicted using something called spectral evidence. Essentially, witnesses could testify about things they saw in dreams.
This is where she was accused of looking at a baby and then the baby died. Her spectra was on top of this man beating him.
De Mordaunt says we can all learn from what happened to Bishop.
What happened to her is probably still happening today, where we accuse people wrongly for something they did, and then we don't let people be individualistic.
In Idaho Falls, I'm Luke Jones.
Bridget Bishop was the first of 20 women who were hanged as witches during the Salem Witch Trials.